Hello friends, I am Dr. Bhavna Thakur and in this video lecture I am going to talk about small antennas, going to define small antennas and what is the effect of miniaturization on the antenna parameters. So this is the outline of this video lecture. First I am going to introduce small antennas by defining them, then we will be discussing the motivation behind designing of small antennas. The quality factor Q and its impact on small antennas will be taken up, and the effect of antenna parameters due to miniaturization will be discussed, and lastly some conclusions will be drawn. We all know that antennas offer a vital key to the development and progress of wireless systems, and the performance and efficiency of these wireless systems largely depends on the well designed antenna. By small antennas, we mean electrically small antennas whose dimensions are much smaller compared to the operating wavelength lambda and not small due to the physical size. Generally speaking, an antenna is considered electrically small if its largest dimension is less than lambda by 10, where lambda is the operating wavelength. For example, if the operating frequency is equal to 1 megahertz, then its wavelength lambda is equal to 300 meters. So, an antenna that is of size lambda by 10, which is equal to 15 meters at this frequency, can be called as an electrically small antenna, but has physically large dimensions. There is another commonly used and accepted definition of small antennas which was proposed by Wheeler. Wheeler defined an antenna which satisfies the condition Ka is less than equal to 5 as a electrically small antenna. Here K is the free space wave number which is equal to 2 pi upon lambda, and A is the radius of the smallest sphere enclosing the antenna. To get an understanding of this condition, let us say if the operating frequency of the antenna is 2.6 gigahertz, the wavelength lambda is equal to 11.5 centimeter. So, for the antenna to be electrically small at 2.6 gigahertz, it must occupy a spherical volume no more than 2 centimeter using the condition Ka is less than equal to 5 as proposed by Wheeler. Before going ahead, it is important to understand where the demand for small antenna is. Small antennas are used in wireless sensor networks. They are required in mobile handsets, for sensors, for WLAN, Wi-Fi and WiMAX systems, for military systems, for multiple input, multiple output, that is MIMO systems, and for the emerging long term evolution, for RFID systems, for IoT, for unmanned aerial vehicle drone markets, for RF devices which are getting smaller, and the list goes on. So, let us define the quality factor first. The quality factor of an antenna is the ratio of the power stored in the reactive near field of the antenna to the power radiated by the antenna, as given by the equations. Here We and Wm are the total stored electric and magnetic energies, and Prad is the radiated power. The Q factor is commonly used to get an estimate of the bandwidth of an antenna. A good antenna design should have a low Q factor. For a small antenna, there exists a fundamental relationship between the antenna size and Q, and this is called as the Chu limit. This Chu limit specifies the minimum Q achievable for an antenna of size Ka. The operating bandwidth of an antenna varies inversely with Q. So, it is desirable to achieve as low a Q as possible when we design a small antenna. The smallest possible Q, the antenna size Ka, can be related to the fractional bandwidth by the given formula. we can see that the bandwidth is inversely proportional to Q and the size Ka. The design of small antennas is an exercise in finding new techniques to approach the choose limit as closely as possible. So, what is the effect of antenna parameters due to miniaturization? As antenna size Ka decreases, the radiation resistance Rrad decreases and the loss resistance also dominates the efficiency expression as shown below. The losses become extremely prominent for smaller Ka values, decreasing the efficiency of the small antenna. Matching networks are therefore needed to improve the small antenna efficiency over a wide range of frequencies. But this imposes a significant practical design challenge as a matching network must also be physically small. So, without the size constraint, antennas we all know are built close to sizes multiples of lambda by 2. Antennas sized this way are called as resonant length or resonant size antennas. When antennas are operated at frequencies for which they are electrically small, their input impedance becomes reactive, making it harder to transfer power between them and the radio. Conduction losses exceed the radiation resistance, resulting in degradation of the radiation efficiency of these small antennas. Thus, downsizing an antenna without degrading the antenna performance imposes a challenging design issue for antenna engineers. So, what we can conclude from this video lecture is that the multiple requirements of small antennas in terms of efficiency, bandwidth, gain and size has made the designing of small antennas a tedious and difficult task for antenna engineers. Reducing antenna size by means of traditional miniaturization methods mentioned in literature frequently causes low radiation efficiencies, reduced bandwidths and unwanted radiation patterns. Therefore, new designs and methodologies are continuously being investigated to alleviate these problems, and this is an ongoing area of research. I hope this lecture has been able to help you in this area.